welcome back to this fabulous channel. Welcome back to the colorful Colorado. If you are new to the channel or stopping in for your first time, my name is Ryan. I will be your host for all of these epic adventures, but today we're going to do a driving video. Right now we are on Colorado State Highway 119. 119 is a 63.7 mile stretch of road which goes from basically US Route 6 all the way up to Blackhawk, and then it continues a little bit further onto Central City and a few other things to catch along the way. Today's route, we are going to be taking US Route 6, which is a pretty big stretch of road. It's actually over 3,000 miles long. It goes from Provincetown, Mass, all the way to Bishop, California, so pretty long stretch of road on US Route 6, but right now we are on Colorado Highway State 119. So we're going to do this quick driving tour. This is about a 15 to 20 minute drive to Idaho Springs. You basically just take 119 to US Route 6 and then to I-70 west, take that to Idaho Springs exit, and you are good to go. But there are plenty of little pull-offs on this little windy road. So if you want to check out the Clear Creek down below, you certainly can. Good fishing and prospecting areas which you can check out here if you're interested in any of that. Right now the speed limit is 45, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes this road, it encourages you to want to drive a little bit faster, especially when you have a rally car like I do today with the WRX, so it's pretty easy to throttle it around some of these corners and stuff like that, but be wary. I've seen 3 state patrol just on this road to Blackhawk from Golden, Colorado today, and it's only about a 45-minute drive. So over to my left, there is the Coyote Motel, Coyote Liquors, and Blackjack Pawn. So if you want to check that out, you certainly can. Up over here to my right down there, if you can see the little campers area, that's Vic's Gold Panning. So if you wanted to check out some gold panning areas, you can check out Vic's down there. Otherwise, the pawn shop, they have a liquor store up over there on the left-hand side as well. There's a big water treatment facility which will be down here a little bit further, and then there is a gas station down here a bit further as well. Now, just to give you a heads up, this gas station does have one of those "your speed is this" radars. It runs K-band, so if you get hit with K-band if you're running radar, that's what that is. It's not State Patrol. State Patrol and Highway are usually in Colorado. They run KA band. Same with Utah, same with Nevada from what I've seen. But pretty easy to distinguish if you have a good enough radar detector what is what. But we'll continue our way south here down 119, and like I said, this will continue north for about 63.7 miles here. State Highway 119 actually starts at the intersection where we're about to come up to. There's the only traffic light basically from Golden to Blackhawk is where the junction is, where you can go on US 6 or you can continue on State Highway 119. But like I said, these curves, this windy road is absolutely beautiful scenery. Places to pull off to do some hiking, some fishing, some gold prospecting if you want to. This is one of the areas that I plan to come into a little bit later in the summer and try and do some stealth camping. Kind of just park the car on the side and leave a note that I accidentally locked the keys inside. Kind of make my way into the wilderness and put up a little tent and kind of camp out and just check it out. One of the biggest things to be concerned with is the wildlife, so I don't want to get myself in any situations with bears or anything, so I think this would be a good little spot to do it, kind of on the first part of the Rockies. It's not all the way deep into bear country, but I mean there are bears that do get around here, and coyotes and things like that, and people that drive slow as hell on this road. But anyway, we'll continue our little venture down here. Like I said, there's tons of stuff to check out over on the right. All these little pull-offs, and be careful when you wrap around these corners. That's where the hypos like to sit, is on those little pull-offs too, and run radar right as you come around. These corners and stuff, they say slow down to 35. Those ones you can do 45 through. It's the ones that have you slow down to 25. Those are the ones that you need to be concerned with. because those are the ones that are a little bit crazy, so to speak, with the turns. They're a little bit tighter if you're in an SUV, and I have an opportunity to pass. You don't see very many of those on this road, so when you see it, you got to take it, because this is basically just a 2-lane road all the way up to Blackhawk from US Route 6. But anyway, we're going to continue our little driving venture. Scenery is absolutely beautiful. I love all the pine trees, the mountains and stuff. They do have nets over the rocks over there on the left, as you see, so that way debris doesn't fall down and hit your car or anything like that. But you do still have to be careful about that for debris in the road and things like that. Falling rocks are pretty common up here. Absolutely gorgeous day today. It's not too hot, not too cold. As one would say, we're pretty much in the Goldilocks zone right here. It's perfect weather. It's not too hot to go hiking. If you're sitting out in the sun, it's not bad at all. We just did a quick walking tour of Blackhawk. I plan to get down into Idaho Springs today, do a walking tour downtown, probably catch some lunch in Idaho Springs, and then see if we can continue our venture down a little bit further into the mountains and go into Vail, check out Frisco. I know Breckenridge was on the list, Aspen was as well. Cripple Creek is on the list, but that's a little bit further south. That's down by Colorado Springs, so it's a little bit further down here. Over to my right, if you're wondering what this big area is, this is actually that water treatment facility that I was talking to you guys about. So this is the water treatment. I think this is for Blackhawk. I'm not quite sure if that's for Blackhawk or not, but it is a big water treatment facility, which is pretty cool. After that, you have this Shell gas station, which we talked about a little bit earlier. And of course, K-band is going off. Like I said, it's not an actual cop. K-band here in Colorado generally is one of your speed is this radars. But if you need to get gas, they have 91 premium over in that gas station, so just keep in mind 91 is kind of hard to come by if you're not on the main road like I-70. Those are tough to see as well. And as you can see by the speed sign, I'm not speeding that much, 47 and a 45, which is not bad for me considering this is a windy road and tempting to speed. But like I said, I saw a few cops going through here early today, so there's no sense in getting a ticket when there's no need to get any speeding tickets today. Like I said, we're just on a casual drive through the mountains. If this was a closed off road and I had this WRX where I could do as fast as I want, that would be a completely different story. But like I said, on public roads, there's a time and a place, guys. Vandermeer Speedway is a time and a place, but we're not at Vandermeer today, so we're gonna continue on our little windy State Highway 119. Now, as you can see, they do have this big billboard sign to kind of give you a heads up that Golden is coming up and Idaho Springs is coming up here. This is the intersection that I was talking to you guys about. This was, like I said, pretty much the only stoplight from Golden basically all the way to Blackhawk. I don't think there's any other stoplights other than this. And that's just to kind of break up traffic in the little fork in the road. So if you want to follow the signs, 6 to 70 to Idaho Springs, we'll take a right here at this intersection. So we'll get off in the right lane, downshift a little bit, and we'll be taking right here onto US Route 6. And we even got the green light, so we are good to go. It says for me to yield to them, but my car is a hell of a lot faster than that semi at accelerating, so we'll go ahead and go first here. So right after this tunnel here, this first tunnel that we're going to be coming up on, there is a cool little pull-off. They have a bunch of walking trails, hiking trails, and then they also have some good little fishing spots along the way here on Clear Creek. So over to the left, you can't really see it right now, but that's Clear Creek, so that's kind of rolling right along the side of this road here. And then this is the tunnel that I was talking about. So right after this tunnel, they have those hiking trails, walking trails, fishing, and then a little bit further, I think it's Tunnel 2, They have like a climbing wall and a bunch of climbing things, so if you're interested in that. This says Tunnel 5. I always consider this Tunnel 1, but this tunnel right here, there's little pull-offs and stuff. So not right here, but up a little bit further. There's a little pull-off right here, and you can do some fishing right back there, right underneath the tunnel, or right by the tunnels, I should say. And then up here a little bit, right after we go right, there will be another little pull-off and the hiking trails and stuff that I was talking about, or a little bit further up here and over to the right as well. So this is Tunnel 2. Tunnel 2, there's the East Colfax climbing area is what they call it. So if you see those big peaks up over to the right, on the back side of this is where you can get up and climb some of those big peaks. It's kind of fun to take the afternoon and hike and do some climbing if that's what you're into. They also have a cool abandoned building that's kind of covered in graffiti up here a little bit further, which I'll show you in just a second. But there's tons of pull-off areas and stuff here for you to enjoy the nature and outdoors and things like this. So perfect opportunity to do that on a day like today. It's absolutely gorgeous, nothing to complain about. Nice overcast sky. Temperature in the mid 80s today, low 90s, or excuse me, upper 80s to low 90s today. So absolutely perfect to get out and hike. Obviously, the higher up in elevation that you go, the chillier that it gets. So keep that in mind if you're coming down here at the early morning or during the evening. But as we cross over the Clear Creek, over on the left is the abandoned building that I was talking about. But I just wanted to take you guys on this quick little scenic venture through State Highway 119 and US Route 6. But a huge thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Thank you to all of you for taking your time to watch the videos. Be sure to like these videos, share these with your friends and family, subscribe if you have not already done so. But as always, guys, my name is Ryan here with all of these epic adventures. I hope you enjoyed this driving tour through colorful Colorado and seeing some of the back highways and things like that that this beautiful state has to offer. But until the next adventure.